Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are Nigel and Clive in the British Invasion, and we're overly joyed to be performing for you this evening at the 2008 Western Fairs Association Convention. I'm Nigel Wakefield.
And I'm Clive Wigglesworth.
I am Basil Mountbottom.
Oh, I forgot, he's a deaf mute. Anyway, we're going to be doing some of the great hits that we made famous back in the 60s that unfortunately you probably remember being done by other groups. We'll tell you the whole story tonight. We hope you'll consider us for your fare and have a wonderful time this evening. Thank you ever so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, straight from Shepherd's Bush, London, England, here on their 2008 Back from Oblivion tour, the vanguards of the British Invasion, Nigel and Clive and the British Invasion.
Last night I said these words to my girl. I know you never even tried, girl.
Come on,
Come on,
come on,
come on,
come on,
come on,
come on.
come on. Please, please me, oh yeah, it's like I please you. You don't need me to show the way, girl. Why do I always have to say, girl?
Come on,
Come on,
come on,
come on,
come on,
come on,
come on.
come on. Please, please me, oh yeah, like I please you. Our hearts don't bleed and what you know is always in my heart. I don't wanna please a lady, it's so hard to reason with you. Oh yeah, why do you make me blue? Last night I said these words to my girl. I know you never even tried, girl.
Come on,
Come on,
come on,
come on,
come on,
come on,
come on.
come on. Please, please me, oh yeah, like I please you. Oh yeah, like I please you. Oh yeah, like I please you.
Thank you very much. We are Nigel and Clive. I'm Nigel Wakefield.
And I'm Clive Wigglesworth.
And we were the most popular band in Great Britain back in the swinging 60s. But through a series of unfortunate events, our careers got a bit derailed, if you know what I mean.
Was a tragic story, really.
But one thing I want to make very clear before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, we are not a Beatles cover or tribute band.
No.
In fact, the Beatles started out as a Nigel and Clive tribute band
That's right.
many years ago.
That's right.
All of the songs that you'll hear tonight, in fact, were written by me.
Us, Nigel. Us.
What do you mean, us? You can't write your own name. You didn't write anything.
I made them up in my head.
That's not writing.
Yes, it is.
You have to write it down on paper. When you look at music, does it say made up in the head of, or does it say written by?
It doesn't say either.
Oh, God. We promised not to argue in public, so let's just keep going, shall we?
Right.
Well, there she was, just a-walking down the street, singing
Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
snapping her fingers and a-shuffling her feet, singing
Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
She looked good, she looked fine, she looked good, she looked fine,
And I nearly lost my mind.
before I know it, she was walking next to me, singing
Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
holding my hand just as natural as can be, singing
Do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
We walked on
to
to my door,
my door,
we walked on to
my door. Then we kissed a little more.
Whoa, I knew we were falling in love.
Yes, I did, and so I told her all the things I've been dreaming of. Now we're together nearly every single day, singing do-I-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. We're so happy, and that's how we're gonna stay, singing do-I-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. Well, I'm hers, she's mine,
She's mine.
I'm hers,
She's mine. Wedding bells are gonna chime.
Oh yeah.
Do-I-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
Oh, yeah.
Do-I-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. Do-I-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
Keep singing.
Do-I-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. Ho! Now, Nigel, there's a perfect example. I wrote the lyrics for that song.
What lyrics did you write exactly?
Do-wa-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
Oh, brilliant. You're waiting for your Pulitzer Prize for that, are you?
Well, they were better than the words that you wrote.
What were those?
I think your original lyrics were, whack your kitty on the bum, on the bum.
Oh, now that's brilliant. That would have
yes.
sold. Now, if I give you a solo here, will you shut it?
Yes. Woke up this morning feeling fine. There's something special on my mind. Last night I met a new girl in the neighborhood. Oh yeah. Something tells me I'm into something good.
Something tells me I'm into something.
She's the kind of girl who's not too shy, and I can tell I'm her kind of guy. She danced close to me like I hoped she would.
She danced with me like
Oh,
I
yeah.
hoped she would.
Something tells me I'm into something good.
Something tells me I'm into something.
We only danced for a minute or two, but then she stayed close to me the whole night through. Could I be the one in love? For she's the kind of girl I've been thinking of. Well, I walked her home and she held my hand. I knew it couldn't be just a one-night stand. I asked to see you next week, and she told me I could.
I asked to see you and she told me I could.
Something tells me I'm into something good.
Something tells me I'm into something.
Oh, something tells me I'm into something good.
Something tells me I'm into
Something good. Oh yeah, something good.
Something tells me I'm into
Something good. Oh yeah, something
Something
good.
tells me I'm into
Something good. Oh yeah, something good. Thank you.
Thank you. Clive Wigglesworth, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
You know, in 1964, at the height of our popularity, we were actually scheduled to be on the Ed Sullivan Show.
It's true.
And so there we were in the airport in Heathrow, ready to get on the plane, when my IQ-deprived partner Clive gets a bout of indigestion. Seems he'd had a bit too much of his mum's bubble and squeak the night before.
It was a sensible portion, Nigel.
You call that sensible?
Would you
a
please
water
not
buffalo,
tell that
perhaps.
story again? I'm sorry. Go
So
ahead.
he gets stuck in the loo.
Oh,
We miss the flight.
that's true.
They signed the Beatles as an emergency replacement on Ed Sullivan.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
But you know, it wasn't just the Beatles that stole our glory. All the
No.
British groups that came after, Rolling Stones, the Kinks, the Zombies, the Yardbirds, Manfred Mann, the Hollies.
Yeah, Peter and Gordon.
Yes, and how about the bloke that took this one? Do you remember?
Yes.
Life goes on day after day. Hearts torn in every way. So ferry cross the Mersey and always take me there, the place I love. People around every corner, they seem to smile and say, we don't care what your name is, boy, we'll never
Thank you very much. We wrote that song during 1964 during a visit to Liverpool.
Yes, I think we played it for Jerry Marsden and the Pacemakers, and the next thing we knew, it comes out on radio with his name on it.
Right.
You remember? But we got the last laugh on him, didn't we?
How?
Well, Jerry and the Pacemakers are old enough now to have their own pacemakers.
That's right. And what about that wanker Dave Clark?
Oh, Dave Clark. Let's do the one we sang for him.
Yes.
Wrote. Should we do it? 1, 2, 3, 4. You say that you love me.
Say you love me
All of the time.
all of the time.
You say that you need me.
Say you need me,
You'll always be mine.
always be mine.
And I'm feeling glad all over. Yes, I'm glad all over. Baby, I'm glad all over. So glad you're mine. I'll make you happy.
I'll make you happy,
You'll never be blue.
never be blue.
You'll have no sorrow.
You'll have no sorrow,
'Cause I'll always be true.
always be true.
And I'm feeling glad all over. Yes, I'm glad all over. Baby, I'm glad all over. So glad you're mine. Other girls may try to take me away.
Take me away,
But you know, it's by your side I will stay. I will stay. Our love will last now.
our love will last
To the end of time.
end of time.
Because this love, girl,
Because this love
is gonna be yours and mine.
yours and mine.
And I'm feeling glad all over. Yes, I'm glad all over. Baby, I'm glad all over. So glad you're mine. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you very much. Thank you indeed. You know, by the time we finally did make it to the States in 1969, the British music fad was over.
And we couldn't get a gig to save our lives.
So, you know, what could we do? We only had one other skill, so we got jobs as fry cooks at the H Salt Fish and Chips in San Jose,
Yes.
where we worked for 38 years.
But we never gave up our dream, and we saved our pennies, and eventually we got enough to buy an old amplifier, and we got back on the road.
Because we want to set the record straight. We're the ones responsible for all those great hits, including this one.
Hey, Carrie Ann. Hey, Carrie Ann.
When we were in school, our games were simple. I played a janitor, you played a monitor. Then you're playing with older boys and prefects. What's the attraction in what they're doing? Hey, Carrie Ann, what's your game now? Can anybody play? Hey, Carrie Ann, what's your game now? Can anybody play? You're so like a woman to me.
So like a woman to me.
So like a woman to me.
So like a woman to
me. People live and learn, and you're still learning. You use my mind, and I'll be your teacher. When the lesson's over, you'll be with me. Then we'll hear the other people saying, hey, Carrie Ann, what's your game now? Can anybody play? Hey, Carrie Ann, what's your game now? Can anybody play? Carrie Ann, Carrie Ann, Carrie Ann.
Thank you.
Thank you, you're very kind. And you know, we couldn't go back on the road till we found our backup musician, so I'm pleased to introduce our drummer, Bino. Don't talk to him, he is a deaf mute. Raised in the forest by feral dachshunds, as it turns out.
He plays the drums by sense of smell.
Yes, he's quite harmless, but don't get your feet or hands too close to his mouth.
And our bassist, ladies and gentlemen, Basil Mountbottom, the man who brought you www.bangersandmash.com. It's true.
Now, we're going to do our last number tonight, but before we do, I must admit I get a bit nervous every time we do it.
Why's that?
Because you're a 59-year-old doddering fool singing about a 17-year-old girl. I'm surprised they haven't hauled us off to jail.
Well, let's not worry about it now, Nigel.
All right, then. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, she was just 17. You know what I mean. And the way she looked was way beyond compare. Now I'll never dance with another. Oh, when I saw her standing there. Well, my heart went boom when I crossed that room, and I held her hand in mine. Oh, we danced through the night, and we held each other tight. And before too long, I fell in love with her. Now I'll never dance with another. Oh, when I saw her standing there. Oh, since I saw her standing there. Well, since I saw her standing there.
Thank you. We are Nigel and Clive and the British Invasion.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so much.